Ethan, how you doing, man?
Ethan Hawke in
Big
studio.
Star in here.
I know, right?
Yammering on about my mid-level club dates.
Jay Moore to your right. Ethan.
Broadway.
Yeah, how are you?
We sat next to each other at a Knicks game a few times.
Oh, did we?
Your beautiful son.
Oh, thanks.
Nate? No, they didn't win because Nate Robinson was there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's when they had the all green jerseys on for St. Patrick's Day.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was you on one side of me and Kerry Washington on the other side of me, and I went, if a bomb hits this row, I'm not even in the article. Ethan Hawke and others die.
And others. Ethan's got The Purge. The Purge. This movie's got a lot of heat right now. It's opening, Friday, June 7th? This Friday?
This
right?
Friday. All right.
And this is a real interesting concept. One day a year, people can do whatever the hell they want as far as illegal stuff goes, including murder.
The idea is it takes place, in the near future after the Great Depression of 2017, and as the nation recovers, to bring down unemployment and to purge the nation of its national hate. One day a year, the government shuts down, no hospitals, no cops, no nothing, and you can do whatever you want. And this way, if you get screwed in a land deal, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to get a lawyer. You don't need to sue. You just wait for the purge day and you kill the guy.
Nice.
Right?
This sounds fantastic.
Your wife is driving you crazy. She's getting on your nerves. Don't sweat it. Wait for purge night. Ice her, right? And so now the good news about this is that unemployment drops to zero.
Sure.
Right? Because basically all the unemployed people kill each other. Right? And, it's a little bit influenced. When I was younger, I remember, did you guys see Escape from New York?
Oh, of course. Sure.
Yeah, right? Snake Plissken and everything.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of John Carpenter-esque, half thriller, half horror, half socio-political document. Because in truth, what it really is it's like any good science fiction, it's not really that science fiction. You know what I mean? The woman is on the treadmill and she's jogging, and on TV, outside her gated community, people are killing each other.
Right.
But it's not that different from the way we actually
What's
live.
really happening, right?
I hope there's no 80s bad guy, though, like the guy who was like, the president. We have the president. Remember that guy with the Billy Idol haircut?
Yeah.
Oh,
in Escape from New York?
Yeah. The truth is, a kid in this movie who is, I think, the best bad guy I've ever been a part of. His performance was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he'll never work again. He's so scary.
So now, once a year this happens. Now, your character, you're a family guy?
Well, see, this is where it gets kind of interesting. I am an extremely affluent man who is a family guy who has made a fortune selling security systems. So he's very safe. He's living in this gated community. He has, machine gun. He's
all the bells and whistles you need to fend off these nuts.
Except my son thinks this purge is immoral. My son's given me some kind of ethics class about how it's really not fair to the poor people, and it's really not fair that just because we're rich, we get safe and we get special privileges. How is that fair?
Sounds like me every day of the week when I talk about taxes.
And exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so my son ends up letting a guy safe house in our house.
Man.
And trouble is, this guy is very seriously wanted by the Nazi youth of America. The social network gone bad. These other guys start coming after him in our house, and so
puts all your good gear to the test, I guess.
So they're all like young, youthful Nazis that are coming after him?
Well, not literally Nazis, but they're like
skinheads.
Yeah.
Well, no, today's version of skinheads, which is like computer geek preppy people.
Oh, right.
Does that make sense to you? Because you seem lost here.
No.
Where did I lose you?
No, I'm actually just thinking of the people he's talking about.
Yeah.
Ethan, I have a question. When I see the promos, there's people wearing masks, like spooky masks, breaking into houses. That's got to be like the longest pre-production meeting. More than casting is figuring out what mask to settle on. Because if done right, like Scream, the mask lives in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And if done poorly, just people running around in a Nixon mask like Johnny Utah. I'll take your comments off the air. Governors tonight. Tomorrow.
I think that a lot of thought did go into the mask, but the director had seen this certain mask long before production started.
But doesn't that creep you out about your director that he's looking at masks before the movie came? Like, I just comb the internet, look at masks.
When you read the script, I was already creeped out by this guy. And
yeah. Well done.
That sounds pretty good. I saw the trailer in the theater when I was seeing, I think, a Star Trek or something, and it looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It turned out pretty good.
So is there an explanation as to why people don't? Because, like, I think, like, if that was happening, I would just get in the car and fucking go to a lake somewhere and just wait until the next day.
Yeah, because some hillbilly at the lake will have you. That's why you can't do that.
Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Have you ever seen the movies? I mean, come on. A lake is safe.
That's a good point. Yeah. Lakes are disaster.
You don't want to be caught out there on the road, defenseless.
I just find myself a nice spooky cabin in the woods next to an old lake with a sign up front that says abandoned.
Yeah, exactly. Go hide out in an abandoned hospital. That's a good one.
I'm a sweet, naive boy. I don't know any better.
It's sort of
Jimmy
like
with his new Krav Maga body. Jimmy's looking good.
Jimmy is very fit.
Jimmy used to look like, per your own stand-up special, you said you look like a scallop.
Yeah, I was in bad shape.
And now you look like completely fit. Or you're
what
dying.
turned you around?
I'm sick of paying for it.
Sex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sick of it.
I thought you meant like figuratively paying for your poor health.
No, I don't speak figuratively.
You're talking about the hookers.
I'm tired of paying for pussy. No hidden meaning there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
So he lost 30 pounds, man.
About that.
Looking
Yeah.
good.
That's pretty
25
nice
or
of you.
30 pounds.
25 to
This was a
30.
nice family show.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Hookers and getting killed by a
Well,
lake.
you know,
It's
it
terrible.
gets way worse than that, actually.
Getting killed by a lake.
So now you must get into some pretty bad situations there. You got to defend the family, right? Because I'm assuming at some point it's not just this guy's wanted and it's in this house and then it ends going, well, the house held up again.
Yeah,
you know,
no, that's not how it
there's
ends.
probably a breach.
I have a pretty terrifying line in the movie where the wife screams, but we're safe, right? And he's like, well.
Oh, well.
What do you mean safe?
Oh, shit.
It's a relative term.
Yeah. These things are more for show, people are intimidated by them.
Right.
So all hell does break loose for sure.
How does the movie end?
How does the movie
You asshole.
Well, I'll come back on in a month and we can talk about it.
And then discuss?
Yeah.
Ethan, when you're like, I was a huge star. Training Day, you should have been nominated for Training Day.
I was.
You were nominated.
Yeah, so,
you didn't let me finish.
Read the Wikipedia.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Online, man. Google my name. How hard is it?
You were nominated for a Source Award for Training Day?
That's right.
Fucking mother, you didn't even fucking let me finish, you prick.
Screen actors and Oscar.
Jesus Christ, I didn't even get my fucking Source Awards out.
Yeah.
The guy, it was a very urban movie. You should have been nominated for Source Award.
I know. I was. They did. I was.
Who won that
I
year?
was hurt.
Well, Denzel won for Best Actor.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who won for
did
Best
win?
Supporting.
Don't
ended up
act like-
winning?
Don't act like you don't
What
know.
year was it? I'll
You
tell
want to
you.
know something?
What's up?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what year was that?
Care less.
What year was
What year
it?
was Training
Come
Day?
on, careless.
2002.
You know the year, but
Yeah.
you don't know who won. You don't know who you watched go to the podium.
Jesus,
and 18
more.
million. What?
People.
That would
You
make
would
me
think,
crazy.
What it?
You know what?
I was
Don't worry.
nominated for
You don't
an
have
Emmy
to worry
for
about
Best
it happening.
reality show.
I love that movie so much, and I was sitting next to Denzel Washington, and when I won, he leaned over to me and said, "You don't want to win yet, man. Whether you're older, it'll mean so much more."
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I had such a great time that night, and I can't stand people crying over like not getting something awesome like that. And it was some older British actor, and I kind of secretly. We in this country have an obsession with British actors. We give them all kinds of awards, and it really annoys me.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's strange.
They
It's
have
like,
bad breath.
the British people, they get to win all.
brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We think they're smarter because they have the
Judy
accent.
Dench,
I know, and
they
they're
all have really bad breath.
well, I don't know about that.
I do.
Yeah.
You're hanging out with the wrong British actors,
really.
buddy.
with Lord Alfred Hayes.
But yeah, they do. They put them on these pedestals. Yeah.
They win all these awards, and it's like, and so I kind of resent that.
Were you
So I
annoyed when
should.
John Gielgud won for Arthur when he won supporting actor? Because that was a big surprise. Remember that he won that?
Yeah,
was
that
that
was
Best
great.
Actor?
Well,
No, he won Best Supporting Actor for that.
Supporting?
It was good.
The media.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But he's right about there's British actors that are really good, but it does seem to be that we think they're doing something amazing sometimes when they might
It's
not
just how
be.
people don't really respect their own, or it's a little bit, I have to admit, that they actually do train their young people. They have a culture. We have a culture of celebrity, and somebody shows a little bit of talent, and the next thing you know, we pay them $10 million, and next thing you know, they're committing suicide on some People magazine cover.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's nice.
Fronting $10 million, you know.
But it is what happens. And in England, they show a little bit of talent. They do 59 Shakespeare plays. They're 34, and then they get an Oscar.
There's a protocol there that you got to go through.
Yeah.
Here
Meanwhile,
they
I'm
just
doing a show on Barrow Street, all the way downtown, off Broadway.
Well, they fucked Denzel on. He got
Trying to do Colin Quinn.
he didn't win for Malcolm X. He didn't win for Hurricane. So what am I going to do? Cry about
Hurricane? Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going to cry about?
Malcolm X, he played 3 different guys. It was
He
great.
lost to Pacino. I think they gave it 2% of a woman that year.
Oh, Jimmy, you don't mean that.
Because they, I think they owed him for Dog
I'm
After.
Dr. Giacovoki and I'm Phil Spector. And I'm going to play Joe Paterno. Oh, Jerry, what's going on in your front lawn here? Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, The Purge.
very
I can't
good.
wait to see the movie The Purge.
This Friday.
course. Yeah,
This Friday. The
It's
Purge.
even the bench ads, like when you just see like on a bus going by, like the poster, I go, oh, I got to see that. Like rarely do you see like an actual photograph of the movie and go, oh, this looks good.
It's
man.
a great concept. Like it's not like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times. No, it's cool
what we all
concept.
want to do.
Yes.
Have one night we can go out and just kill everybody
That's
who
another
irritates
thing.
us.
There's that fantasy aspect of it. Like, yeah, okay.
Well, what do you think
I
you
would
would
be
do?
able to use that.
Anthony would start
Oh
with
my
the
God!
It's not just
Put it
murder
this
you're
way,
allowed to
this
do. You're
room
allowed
would
to
be
do
a lot
whatever
more
you want.
empty.
What did I do?
Jay instantly thinks it's him,
I'm here once a
and he's
year.
right. No,
I'm white.
And that's the mask, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
that's
a
kinda
fucking
creepy.
scary mask.
Yeah.
Holy
that's kind of creepy.
shit.
Do you are you big on like home security and stuff? You got cameras around the house and things like that? No, you're pretty like lay it out there.
You know what? I'm the type. I'm the type of. This is pathetic, and you're going to make fun of me for this. But
he looks at Jay.
Yeah,
I'll be the judge of that.
yeah. I forget codes. I forget my keys.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like
Yeah.
I'm this person who has. The more high level the security system is, the more often I'm locked out of my house.
Yeah,
I agree with Ethan entirely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
I like a little security.
A
You do?
little.
Are
Yeah.
you pretty? Do you have video monitors? Are you the type of person that
you don't-
monitors?
You ever
your-
see Panic Room? His whole house is a
I have some
panic room.
cameras.
Any photos up that you can show Ethan of your home?
How many
cameras.
security cameras you got?
He has gun
Tell
turrets.
Ethan.
I don't have gun turrets. I
Tell
got
him.
guns,
Yet.
but I don't have turrets.
Yet.
Tell him how many security cameras you got.
I'm not sure. I think I got 12
He has drones.
all around the house.
Yeah.
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding
You
anything.
familiar with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
What?
It's the same lifestyle. Yeah, he has fucking sensors outside his door in case Latoya shows up to knock. I have one pair of BJ's on.
I don't have that. I just kind of like the idea that I could take a peek around the house, especially if I'm gone. Like right now, I could just kind of hit my phone and hit the app, and cameras come up, and I'm like, all right, I kind of like.
I have a friend who videotapes the babysitter when he'll go out.
Oh,
with
got
his-
like baby
God.
gas.
Yeah, you got to do
He
that.
can just
no.
click on
I do
his
too
phone
in
and
the
watch.
bathrooms.
Yeah.
Jesus, of course. I don't have a babysitter.
Anthony really has like drones. Like he makes drones.
Well, I
and flies
got
around his
a
neighborhood.
big,
Do
kind
you
of
kill
a
people with these
RC
drones?
helicopter.
You would if
I
you
wish
could.
it had the capability, but no, I just record my neighbors.
And how do they
not
feel
through
about
their window.
this?
They're probably not happy about it,
Yeah,
but
right.
I just buzz it up and down the street into their driveways, and
He's like every Randy Quaid character in a film. That's his life. Just like the fucking creepy, unshaven neighbor.
Shannon Miller.
I think they love me. The Asian guy that lives behind me, he's fucking yelling the other night.
At
like,
you?
No, just at someone in his house.
Oh, okay.
And I heard a woman screaming.
He
and I
lost
heard
at
like
Wheel of
something being
Fortune.
thrown around the.
So to get you drone up in the
room.
air for this?
And no, it was
Oh,
nighttime. So, and then he went out by his patio and just started heaving shit off his patio into the yard, yelling, "Whoa, doctor!" Just like,
You know what? You know what?
shit.
He needs to see The Purge.
Yeah,
this
he
guy
needs
needs to see The Purge
because he's
He
up
needs-
here.
Yeah.
He
Did the
needs-
cops show up?
No.
No cops.
No cops. It's
Everybody
that day.
needs to see The Purge.
Cops.
It's Purge Day. No
Yeah.
cops, no hospitals, no
I will
nothing.
say this: I don't want to out you as being a cool guy. Ethan was with his son at the Knicks game. Never saw like a cooler involved dad ever. Just
Yeah.
just
I've got a
dad
great
and his-
son.
Yeah, yeah.
He's all right.
That's cool. He's all right. What are you saying?
I'm trying to give you a compliment. Don't deflect
Yeah,
it.
all right.
You know, does he drive?
No,
That's cool. All right,
he's 11.
already, you know, that's
Yeah, yeah.
a demerit.
Oh,
But I will say this.
You've
Ethan
seen
was
him around, right?
was completely
Yeah.
cool.
Opie's seen your fathering talents.
Yeah, we've been in the same playgrounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a few times. I didn't want to bother.
He doesn't have.
Opie's always asked to leave.
I was gonna say he doesn't have
My
kids.
kid's a lot younger. He's 3.
Yeah.
But we've seen you. a few times.
Best line of training day. That do you have a favorite line from training day that you were able to say, or do they all blend together? Because there's one.
What's your favorite?
I have a daughter in the bathtub
Yeah.
that fucking chilled me to my bones. That you went to some place that that was you were there, man.
That was a very intense scene. You
With
know.
Smiley, it was
Yeah.
Cliff. He's from New Zealand. That guy.
Yeah. From
He's the chameleon. He's like he's like a Maori, and he can do any accent in the world. He's incredible.
Wow.
He's a great actor.
What's
Yeah.
his name?
Cliff something.
It is
Good old what's his name?
Now, and I remember he hung out with all these a real Mexican gang, a Cholo gang.
Wow.
He drove around with them, and for 2 weeks before the role, and so on set. We're sitting there playing cards, you know, and they steal my gun, and I, you know, unload it before you remember this whole thing?
Yeah.
The BO in this room.
Oh, shit, really?
I mean, yeah, when these guys like are pretending to beat me up, and they're not. One of them had his parole officer on set, and
Oh, shit.
yeah, we're doing the scene. Cameras are rolling. Guy's cell phone goes off. He answers it. He's like, "Yeah, filming a movie. I don't know, some white guy. Yeah, I thought Denzel's not here. No, it's boring. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, all
Wow.
right, call you later. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Let's keep going.
Holy
And then they say action. He goes,
Yeah.
"You ever shit pushed in?"
Yeah. That was an improv. Yeah.
Oh,
really?
And
That's a
But
good
they
one.
made a meal out of it. They got you all fired up.
No,
about
it was a great scene. It was really, but it did smell.
It was an intense movie. Whole movie was really, really good one. Man.
Why was Angelina Jolie the best kiss on screen? Because I don't like to ask like fucking extra questions like that.
Yeah,
like,
really.
dude, dish out.
Wow.
But I've only kissed one girl on screen. It turned
What
me on.
was it like for you?
It turned me on. I was surprised. She was an ex-porn star named Nina Hartley, and it turned me on a
And
lot.
what was it that she did that kind of got to you?
It was a comedy.
Double anal.
or was it because you were being filmed? Were you because you were being
Double
filmed? It was
tonight,
particularly
tomorrow.
exciting.
No, it was just because I had never kissed a girl on camera. It was like a 20-minute short. So I walked because she's a porn.
Were you naked?
No, we were fully dressed in a comedy club against a bar.
Oh, okay.
So I said to her before we shot, I walk into the dressing room and I go like I've never kissed a girl on screen. Do we use tongue? Which sounds naive, but I didn't want to be like the guy who's an asshole to the porn girl. And she's like, yeah, baby, we're supposed to be attracted to each other. So she starts making out with me in the dressing room.
Wow.
And then while we're kissing on camera, she's rubbing my cock and puts my hand on her
Jesus.
tits. And she was funny. She goes, go ahead, squeeze it. You know you want to. I'm like, all right. And I did. And I was fiercely turned on.
Well, this doesn't sound like a normal run-of-the-mill actress.
No, but I'm saying.
I'm getting a little
this is a-
sweaty over here.
Yeah,
the more
yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking about
But I
this.
mean, Angelina Jolie probably wouldn't play it like that.
I
But
don't
she's
think-
fucking.
yeah,
I think you
wouldn't-
could take out probably.
I
No,
witnessed-
that's.
But she seems sexy,
in the
man.
Changeling, she made out with the whole crew. It was crazy. Yeah, Clint had to separate everybody. It was nuts.
Yeah, you were there for this.
Look, Jay, sweetheart, you're making out with my camera up for 20 years.
So why was she the best?
Well, here's the thing. I think that maybe you may not be aware of this, but you're talking to a very. I mean, I don't want to come off like some kind of giant blowhard, but I have been nominated.
Yes.
For 2 MTV Best Kiss Awards.
Oh.
Okay, so you're talking to
right.
a very serious kisser right here.
What was the
I mean,
other
I don't
one?
want to threaten you or make you insecure.
2.
And the Angie one
wish I
wasn't
could
even
quit
one
you.
of them.
Really?
All right. You would.
All right, who was it?
All right, Winona Ryder made the cut.
Oh, okay.
All right, and Julie Delpy made the cut.
Wow, man.
And so I just feel like you're not treating me with the proper respect about
true.
kissing that
Way to
we
go,
should be
Jimmy.
talking about.
Yes.
You start
Way to
bringing up
go.
porn stars. You start bringing out your groin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling very uncomfortable
But
right
I
now.
don't have a lot of experience. That was all I had.
That was really like.
This is kind of, all joking aside, my first kiss of my life was on film.
Wow.
So that's it was
Emmanuel Lewis.
Yes, Gary Glitter.
Jesus.
It was David Lee Roth. No, I was. I did a movie when I was 14 called The Explorers, and in it there's a fantasy sequence where I kiss a girl, a dream sequence, and I actually had never kissed a girl, and so I had to do it for the first time on screen. So for me, my whole life has been totally skewed and perverted.
Yes.
Whatever happened to that girl?
She's the intern, Jackie.
So what are you doing? You're going to make out on film. You got to make sure your breath is fresh. I mean, there's a lot to worry about. I mean, I had to do it a couple of takes of it, but it's fucking panic-inducing.
I find it panic-inducing. I really do. Yeah.
Because it's like, is she going to be is she just faking that she's enjoying this? Like,
Yes, she is faking that she's enjoying. Don't be confused about that.
Let me ask Ethan, and maybe answer for Ethan. It's not when you're filming it, whatever. It's the rehearsal where you're not sure, like, are we going to make out in rehearsal?
Yeah, right. When is the right time to really go for it?
Like, we'll maul you. I said that like,
and then here's the part where we're going to be kissing during the film.
And then you stop, and then when you go live. So in rehearsals, it's super weird, especially closer.
Super
like,
weird.
Right when they've already camera blocked, they get the marks down. Like, let's do one more right before we get sound
it's
up
also
and running.
strange in the theater, because in the theater you do a long run of a play, you start to have to do it every night, and do you do it the same? Right. Should you shake it up? I mean, is that weird? I mean,
shake it up, buddy.
Shake it up.
That is
put her in a guillotine, choke her out. Let those housewives from Jersey get their money's worth.
Jesus, man. What did I walk into this morning? I was asleep half an hour ago, and now we're talking.
Well, it's going to get weirder in about a minute. David Lee Roth's walking down the hall.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you my favorite David Lee Roth quote?
Yes.
My favorite is, I remember really the first time I remember watching MTV, I was at a friend of mine's house, and we turned it on. There was David Lee Roth going, they said, how did you get into rock and roll? And he said, well, because lovemaking, even at its best, only lasts 8 or 9 hours. And I remember, I had not kissed a girl at this point. I was like, wow. Wow. David Lee Roth is my hero.
he one of the most quotable rock stars ever.
Absolutely.
Just for years.
Should we bring him in for a minute?
Come out with
Ethan
it.
only has like 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, and have him sit here. I'll sit on the couch.
You're a very busy man.
Bring David Lee in fast.
Governor's tonight and tomorrow.
And don't forget, of course, the Purge opening this Friday with Ethan Hawke. It looks great, man. It looks like a action packed. I like those.
Yeah,
I like those. DLR.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
Ethan, my pleasure. Love all the pictures. Jay, how you been?
Hi, Dave.
Jim.
Dave.
No mind.
How you been, man?
What's up?
Guys,
What's up, man?
David Lee Roth.
We're so happy to have you back.
We're on the air.
Exactly.
Ethan's a fan, so we figured we'd bring you in.
you got a new movie.
Yeah, I got
it advertised all over
The
Japan.
Purge.
All over Japan.
It's all over everywhere. Jesus. How are you doing?
Yeah, take it away, man.
He just had one of your quotes, David Lee Roth.
People sleep.
He was just quoting you.
What were you quoting?
You were asked how you got into rock and roll, and you said because lovemaking, even at its best, only lasts 8 or 9 hours.
You got to be so careful what you play to kids.
I like how Dave laughs at Dave quotes.
That's eerily accurate.
Like, fuck.
That's a life of learning the lines and making it look like you didn't learn lines. Wow, that is true. You know, well, you got to think large. How's everybody been?
We've been all right, David.
Yeah, hanging out.
I didn't interrupt. Were you in the middle of a thought?
I was just musing about how great you were.
Okay, let's talk about Cronuts. What did?
God, the goddamn Cronut. Have you heard about the Cronut in the city?
Sure. Tell me.
I don't know. There's like this guy. He's got a truck. He sells these things called Cronuts. They're half
It's not out of a truck, though. He's got a store.
croissants and half donuts.
And how much they
And
cost?
he's mutated them.
$5. But you got to get online at 5:30 in the morning. He
Yeah.
only makes 200 a day.
And they sell them all out, and
that's it. He doesn't
huge
make
line
more.
of people.
Okay, so the question is it the flavor or is it the price that's getting
Exactly.
everybody going?
It's this hype thing that's going on.
Well, there's a big thing going on in Tokyo. I've been living there for last year. And Haagen-Dazs sent up, right? Yeah. And everybody would line up for 4 hours to get in to eat the ice cream.
Yeah.
And then when they tried to put it in the marketplace and so forth, it didn't sell anything. Nothing at all. Turns out people just want to be seen in the place eating Haagen-Dazs.
There you go.
That was the whole
It's the hype
price.
factor.
Or they want something that nobody else can get.
Yeah.
That's kind of what people
It's
want to.
conspicuous consumption. Like how many rings on your neck can you wear in Zimbabwe or whatever?
Yeah, right.
Where is that? Is that here in town?
Yes.
I think they do that.
That's not 13th Street.
125th and Edgecombe.
E-Rock's freaking out because Ethan, I guess they're telling,
All right. Well,
they're
listen,
telling
it's a
us
great
outside.
pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Man. You're the best.
Let's promote Ethan's
Ethan,
film
yeah.
properly. It's called The Purge. It obviously seems like a great movie. I mean, we had a fun time with Ethan. It
Sounds like
opens
a great
this Friday
Saturday night.
Yes. Before midnight. It's in theaters now.
Yeah, that's another one with this Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and this is the sequel.
Oh.
It's an art house movie that's
Nice.
actually turned out really good.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ethan, thank you, man. That was great having you.
Absolutely.
And
Please come back.
Do we need to
Yeah.
break? Or we gonna?
Yeah,
We'll
we
take
might
a
as well
quick break
Peace,
and
love, and heavy weapons.
be back with David Lee
In case the
Roth.
peace and love doesn't work.
All right. Thanks, Ethan Hawke.
Thank you, guys.
Am I in the right room to say that?
Yeah, you are, man.